So, Justin, the funding that the Republicans want to cut is actually not specific to women's health. It's funding for a lot of different services, as you know, tobacco prevention, HIV screening, nutrition programs, immunizations, hiring more doctors. And these are services that benefit men, women, children. So how can you say the Republicans are pitting students against women here, that they're targeting women's health?
Sure. Well, first of all, the background here that folks should know is that you have student loan rates that are going to double on July 1st, which is a huge problem for students that are already groaning under the weight of all these loans. And, and Republicans are under a lot of pressure for blocking efforts to fix that. And then their latest gambit has been to turn around and say, we're going to cut these health care programs, which predominantly, basically a big fund for health care programs that predominantly benefits women.
That's not true.
Well, no, it is true, actually.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
Well, there's two things. First of all, 60% of the funding overall goes to basically programs that benefit women and their children. And then you have...
Well, wait a minute. So children, now you're including children in on this. But, I mean, you can't say that 60% of the funding goes for women and children. It's not broken down like that. Most of the funding actually goes for hiring doctors and anti-smoking efforts and anti-obesity efforts.
So basically what's happened is Republicans have cut funding for health care programs. The president says, okay, I'm going to use this fund to pay for essential cervical and breast cancer screening programs in in the 2013 budget. Republicans then respond by saying, well, we're going to cut that whole fund, including the funding for those programs.
It's funding for obesity, it's funding for HIV, it's funding for a lot of things you cannot factually say. Factcheck.org says, you agrees, you cannot say this is funding specifically for women or overwhelmingly for women. In fact, when the Democrats agreed to cut billions of dollars from this a couple months ago, Moveon.org didn't say the Democrats are targeting women's health. It's only now that it fits your agenda that you're saying this is about women's health.
Yeah, no, Anderson, I think that's just not true.
President Obama himself agreed to take money out. His budget, in fact, for 2013 specifies taking billions of dollars out of this. But you don't say he's targeting women, do you? I haven't heard Moveon.org say President Obama is targeting women's health, that the Democrats were targeting women's health 5 months ago. Now it's Republicans targeting women's health because they're wanting to do it.
The fact is, we have millions of Moveon members who benefit from programs.
So when President Obama wanted to,
look, we fought President Obama all the time.
So where's your ad? Where's your ad saying President Obama is targeting women?
President Obama.
Right,
but the fact is, if you want to look at who is consistently targeting women, who's the party that's trying to eliminate funding for Planned Parenthood? Who's the party that has consistently been trying to cut funding for cervical cancer and pap smears? That's the Republicans. And we're going to call that out. And of course they're going to try to dodge and get away from that. But the fact is, it's true. There is over $200 million of 2013 funding that they are zeroing out.
So in President Obama's 2013 budget, when he talks about
this conversation, why are we having a conversation? Look, you have
because my job is to report on facts, not to meet your agenda. And when President Obama suggests in his 2013 budget cutting billions of dollars from this, I don't see a Moveon.org ad saying President Obama is attacking women. You only seem to be targeting Republicans because that meets your political agenda.
I just don't think that's true. I mean, look.
So when President Obama wants to cut money from this, that's not targeting women?
President Obama wants to look.
Yes or no? Does that target women when President Obama wants to take billions of dollars out of this?
When President Obama is taking billions of dollars out of this, that's wrong, and it will have a disproportionate effect on women.
So he's targeting women?
I don't think it's fair to say President Obama is waging a war on women. Of course not.
But Republicans are, in this case.